why fans were petitioning to have hero Fiennes Tiffin replaced, which TV series star was originally set to play Tessa, and which female character was originally meant to be a male. Hi, I'm Janet. Hero Fiennes Tiffin as Hardin. Good news, everyone! After We Collided is rumored to be coming to Netflix, which means seeing more shirtless footage of the one and only Hero Fiennes Tiffin. I mean, who wouldn't want to see the devilish charm of Tiffin playing the role of Hardin Scott on our screens? Well, quite a few people actually. But before we get into why people aren't too keen on Tiffin playing Hardin, it seems important to mention that while movie adaptations are never really the same as the books, fans want the film to be as close to the book as possible, especially when it comes to the After franchise. In the Wattpad book that has a whopping 1 billion reads, Hardin was originally Harry Styles. So, as you can guess, fans weren't too pleased to see that Hardin was playing the lead role. In fact, fans took to every social media to plead with Harry Styles to take over the role in the film. When their cries went unanswered by Styles, they went on to create hashtags and petitions to have Tiffin removed. Casting directors obviously ignored the backlash and criticisms and cast him anyway, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there weren't other actors considered for the role of Hardin. That's right, your favorite broody and steamy character wasn't always going to be played by Tiffin. Greg Sulkin and Daniel Sharman were also rumored to have been considered for the role of Hardin. In the early days of the movie's creation, Anna Todd, the author of the After book series, tweeted that she was totally down for Daniel Sharman to play Hardin. But to the delight and frustration of some, it seems like Tiffin is here to stay. But that obviously doesn't mean that we won't be imagining what After We Collided would have looked like with either Daniel or Greg playing the role of Hardin. Josephine Langford as Tessa. Is it just us, or are you completely and totally obsessed with Josephine? Well, it seems that we aren't alone, as fans have welcomed her casting with open arms. You know, unlike Tiffin. But did you know that Jo almost wasn't Tessa? Julia Goldani-Tejas from the Showtime hit The Affair had originally been cast as Tessa. At the last minute, however, Tejas had to drop out of the film due to scheduling conflicts. Thankfully, the producers and casting directors had a few other actresses in mind for the leading role. But if you were thinking it was Jo, think again. Josephine was actually originally auditioning for the role of Molly. Yep, she was waiting to hear back from her audition, where she read for Molly, when she was asked by producers to come in and read for Tessa after Julie dropped out. Within 24 hours, Jo was on a flight to LA, where she quickly secured the role. In fact, Anna Todd told IBT that she knew that Jo was Tessa from the moment she read the lines. Josephine, to be honest, the moment we saw her, even before the recasting, I was like, oh, that's Tessa. I literally forget that we recast the role sometimes, to be honest. And as we know, the role of Molly eventually went to actress Inanna Sarkis. And the rest was movie history. Dylan Sprouse as Trevor. Okay, but was this not the best news ever? Yes, Dylan Sprouse joined the cast of After We Collided as Trevor Matthews, or fucking Trevor, as Hardin often refers to him in the book. Trevor is Tessa's smoldering coworker that obviously has the hots for her. Hello, drama! But did you know that this newfound love triangle between Trevor, Hardin, and Tessa was originally meant to be more of a square? Just when we thought that Trevor would be adding enough dramatic tension to the storyline, we find out that Dylan wasn't always meant to be Tessa's only suitor. However, due to time constraints, the other suitor was cut from the script. The film's director, Roger Kumble, told E.T., quote, "I said to Anna, I can't do both in a 95-minute film. It'll short trip everybody. I think we should pick Trevor because he was the opposite of Hardin." And she agreed to that. So essentially, we could have seen Dylan duke it out against another potential love interest. We also can't help but wonder who would have played the role. But you might want to stock up on some tissues and waterproof mascara now, by the way, because Dylan Sprouse has officially announced that he will not be returning to play Trevor in the final 2 After movies. Appreciating all the love and support from the US After fans for Trevor. While I won't be filming the later movies in the series, I hope you enjoy his portrayal in this and continue to support the stories and hessa, Dylan wrote in an Instagram. So, will Trevor's character be recast or simply written off? Only time will tell. Pia Mia as Tristan. As we all know, After We Collided is filled with surprises, and apparently, those shocking moments don't just happen in front of the camera, but behind it too. While we all love singer-songwriter Pia Mia in the role of Tessa's roommate Tristan, did you know that the character was originally meant to be played by a male? Yes, you heard that correctly. In the books, Tristan is a male. However, Anna Todd decided to make Tristan a girl in the movie adaptation in order to incorporate some LGBTQ+ representation. I really feel Tristan. I love his character, now her, and I feel like it makes so much sense, Anna explained. Also, we need to be more diverse in race, in sexuality. It fits, and it makes perfect sense for me. So yes, the role of Tristan was totally going to look different, but we couldn't be more excited that they made Tristan into a woman. Chance Perdomo as Landon. Do you remember how the role of Landon was played by Shane Paul McGee? Well, don't expect to see his face again in the third installment of the After movies, as the actor has been replaced. Earlier this year, Shane let his fans know that he would be quitting the famous franchise as he was unable to come to an agreement with the production team, despite fans' pleas. And the fact that he played a rather pivotal role in the film, Shane shared that he wouldn't be changing his mind and would peacefully bow out. This almost led writers to consider rewriting the original script in an attempt to write off this popular character. But as you know, that strategy just wouldn't work. Imagine the movie without Landon, who plays Tessa's good friend and classmate. In fact, he was even set to become stepbrothers with Hardin. So you see, writing his character off just wasn't an option. Thankfully, Chance Perdomo, who you might recognize from The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, stepped in to fill the role. Charlie Weber as Christian. Afternators. Yes, this is the official After franchise fan name, had been speculating on who would take on the role of Christian Vance after Stephen Moyer said that he would be unable to reprise his role. The rumor mill definitely went crazy, with many people speculating that it would be a number of high-profile actors. And they were right, because Charlie, who is best known for his role as Frank on the popular ABC drama How to Get Away with Murder, came to our rescue. But the process of recasting Christian Vance wasn't easy. Reports claim that replacing Moyer proved to be difficult, so much so that it almost derailed production schedules, as it was a rather lengthy process. Thankfully, casting directors eventually found Charlie, and while we don't want to ruin anything for you, but just know that he brings a confidence, charm, and banter that everyone is obsessing over. But you'll have to see it to truly understand what we mean. Ariel Kebbel as Kimberly. Do you remember how Candace King, who played teenage vampire Carolyn Forbes on The Vampire Diaries, played Kimberly Vance in the After films? Well, she won't be reprising her role either. Candace is currently pregnant with her second child and was too far along to play the role of Kimberly, who isn't pregnant in the movie. So given the fact that set designers couldn't hide her growing baby bump, producers were left with three choices. Write off her lovable character, hold off on production until she gave birth, which, if we're being honest, wasn't ever really an option, as she wasn't a main character, or have her replaced. Producers ultimately decided to recast her role and give it to Ariel Kebbel. You may recognize Kebbel from her role in Aquamarine or the teen romantic comedy John Tucker Must Die. The decision for Kebbel to take on the role came at the relief of many fans, as they had quickly grown to love Kimberly. Playing Vance's fiancé and Tessa's BFF, it's no surprise that casting directors found Kebbel to be the perfect actress for the role. Her spunky personality and quick wit helped her secure the role of Kimberly, who is definitely a no-nonsense kind of woman. So we know she won't put up with any trouble from Hardin. We also love that she is willing to get a little feisty to protect her BFF. Which of these casting changes shocked you the most? And what are your thoughts on After We Collided? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.